Hi guys, today we are going to do rotations, and rotations are probably the most tricky of our transformations. We're going to do three kinds. We're going to do 90 degrees clockwise, 90 degrees clockwise, 90 degrees counterclockwise, and 180. Okay, and I'm going to give you three different strategies to use, and let's get started. Okay, the first strategy I'm going to give you to use is actually not something that you can use, say, on a test or something, but it can get you started at understanding how a rotation works. So you have these clear plastic plates, and guys, go ahead and open your notes anywhere, pick a shape, pick a graph anywhere in your notes, and do this along with me, okay? You're going to get different numbers than me, but do this along with me, okay? You lay the plate so that the black lines go over the coordinate plane, okay? Then you're going to draw a dot on each of the letters, each of the corners, not the letters, but each of the corners of the shape. And you're going to label each dot with their letter. Okay, that's important because then later, because rotations, the order of the letters kind of changes and their location is confusing. So if you don't label ahead of time, you'll forget which dot is which. So label ahead of time. Then, depending on the transformation you're going to do, you're going to take the plate and turn it. Okay, so for example, this is a 90 degrees clockwise rotation that I've shown in this picture. And what I did is I just took the plate and I turned it 1/4 turn and lined up, again, I lined up these black lines here with the coordinate plane. And with a dry erase marker, I wrote down the coordinates, -4 and 2, -1 and 4, -1 and 1. I wrote down those coordinates next to each dot. Okay, so then what I can do is lift the plate off the paper and draw the dots right where those coordinates are. Okay, that's the idea of it. All right, so that's 90 degrees clockwise. Here's the 90 degrees counterclockwise. Again, I just took the plate and I turned it counterclockwise. All right, and again, write down the coordinates. -1 here is going to be where B prime is. A prime is going to be at 1, -4, and C prime is going to be at 4, -2. Okay, that's counterclockwise. And 180 is moving 2 full quadrants. Now, is it clockwise or counterclockwise? It doesn't really matter, because if I turn it this way 2 quadrants, I'm going to be in this box, and if I turn it this way 2 quadrants, I'm going to be in this box. So we don't need a clockwise or a counterclockwise for a 180. Same idea though. When you get this lined up and you see where the dots go, you just write down the coordinates. 1, 1, 4, 1, and 2, 4. And then you can lift the plate off and put the dots on the paper where they go. Now, the plate is not a long-term solution, and unfortunately I can't let you take the plates home. So we need a couple other ideas for how to manage this. So there's a couple other strategies for doing this. One is you rotate your paper, okay? So turning the paper, let's see, we're doing 90 degrees clockwise. So I would take my paper and I would turn it 90 degrees. And while it was facing this way, I would write down all the coordinates. For example, and these are numbered. If you have a numbered coordinate plane, you have to kind of ignore positive and negative signs as they are, because we've turned the paper now. So what's negative might now be positive, etc. For example, before I turn, this axis right here would be positive, and now we got to think of it as negative because it's now become the y-axis. So this is going to be 1 and 3. I'm just going to write this down for myself. I put that under A though. Let's fix that. Okay, we got to pay attention to what letters we're on. A is actually at 4, 1. Make sure we do our letters in the right order. 1, 3 is actually C. And B is at 2, 4. So now I can turn this back the way it's supposed to be. And graph those points. So A was at 4, 1. So make that A prime, dot and label. Remember, dot and label. 2, 4. And C prime is at 1, 3. Okay. Or you can write a rule. So we have these coordinates that you see over here off to the side, but I want to point out that like if we look at our original A, the coordinates of that are -1, +4. Okay, well, how does that relate to my new A? Okay, notice that this is a 1 and a 4 and this is a 1 and a 4. They're just switched. Okay, the order is switched and you have a sign change. All right, let's look at B. B original coordinates are -4 and 2. Okay, and my new B is 2 and 4. So we have a sign change and we have the numbers switching sides. Okay, C is at -3 and 1. And here again, same numbers, just a sign change for one of the numbers. Okay, so if some students kind of figure out that the numbers switch and just plot them on here. So that I'm just going to copy this stuff from here over to here. So original A was -4 and 1, and A prime, no, excuse me, I have it backwards. Forgive me, guys, it is 6:30 in the morning. Well, 7:10, but I got here at 6:30. Original A is -1, 4, and A prime is 4 and 1. Original B is -4 and 2, and B prime is 2, 4. Original C is -3 and 1, and C prime is 1 and 3. So you can see the numbers just switched places. And here's the thing, we changed the sign of the second number. So -1 became a +1 when it became the y value. -4 became positive, -3 became positive. Okay, so the second number switched signs. Okay. And I'm just going to plot those. Okay. If we were going 90 degrees counterclockwise, remember counterclockwise is the opposite direction that clocks move. Okay, here again we have this paper turn method where I can say, all right, I'm going to turn the paper this way, and I'm going to write down where I see each coordinate. So 1, 4. B is at 3, 1. And C is at 4, 4. Okay, and then I'm just going to turn it back and plot those points. 1, 4 is my A prime. 3, 1 is my B prime. And 4, 4 is my C prime. Now, here again, turn the paper might, visually might be difficult for some students. So there's also a rule, and if you're going to follow the rule, guys, I highly I encourage you while you're learning and doing your homework, have your notes out in front of you and write everything down. Write down coordinates of your originals, follow the rule and write down coordinates of your primes, and then graph, okay? So my original point of A is 4, -1. And the rule is we switch the x and y, so -1 and 4, but we change the sign of the first number. So the 1 will go to being positive. Okay, and that's exactly what happened over here. See, that's 1, 4 over here on the left-hand side. B, my original B, is 1, -3. And we can see from the turn the paper method that the numbers switch sides, and this first number, this x value, changes negative to positive. Okay, my original C is at 4, -4, and my new C is at +4, 4. So they're both 4, so when they switch places, you don't kind of notice it, but do notice that this -4, when it came down here and they switched to be in the first position, it also changes signs. All right, 180 degrees. All right, this is kind of the easiest one. All right, 180 degrees means that it's going to move 2 quadrants, and like I said before in the video, it's not counterclockwise or clockwise. It doesn't matter, because whether I'm going this way up to here or this way up to here, the triangle will land in the same place either way, so it doesn't really matter. Turn the paper method. Okay, 180 degrees means turn it completely upside down and record where you see the points. So -4, 1. B, -1, 3. And C is -4, +4. And then turn your paper right side up. So A prime would be -4, 1. B prime is -1, 3. And C prime is going to be -4, 4. Okay. Some people relate things to the origin, like for a 180. They say, okay, if I start in the origin and it's over 4 and down 1, then it's going to be the opposite, left 4 and up 1. B is over 1 and down 3, left 1 and up 3. C is right 4 and down 4, left 4 and up 4. That's one strategy that works really well with the 180. Okay, so 180s are kind of the easiest. A, here again, there's a rule to it. If you want to follow that, all right, 4 and -1 is my original coordinate, and -4 and +1 are my new coordinates. Okay, so the numbers stay, the x and y stay in the same place. They don't switch places, but they do switch signs. They go to opposite signs. Okay, B is at 1, -3. My new B is at -1, +3. So they just, same numbers, switch signs. C was originally at 4, -4. +4 will switch to a -4. -4 will switch to a +4. And you get your shape. -4, 1. -1, 3. And -4, 4. Okay guys, so on this page you guys get to kind of try this out. Alright, you can use the plate, turn the paper, the rules, whatever method you want to try. Go ahead and do that. Let's pause this video right now to give you that opportunity. Take about a minute or two to try this out. Okay, these are 90 degrees clockwise, and then we'll post the answer. So pause this video and then you can look at the answers to see how you did. Okay, this is what your triangles yeah, no, I'm right. This is what your triangles should look like. Okay, clockwise is going this way. It's going this way. Alright. And let's go to the next two. Alright, we're going to go counterclockwise. Here again, I'm going to have you use whatever strategy you want, whether you want to use a plate, turn the paper, or look in your notes at your rules and write down all the coordinates. That's up to you right now. Give both of these a try. Pause this video until everybody gets a chance to work on this, and then turn it on for the answer. Okay, take a look, see how you did. Alright, and let's look at 180. Go ahead and give these a try. 180. Again, you can use whatever method you choose, and pause it right now and come back when you guys are mostly done. Okay, check your work, see how you did. Okay, this is your homework assignment, and you can use the plate to confirm while you're here in class, but remember at home you won't have the plate. So try to use one of the other strategies and only use the plate on the homework if you get really stuck or you want to check to see if you did it right. Okay, thanks a lot. Have a good day.